Hello, welcome back to Beezy Basketball. We are back with another video, and today I want to talk about the in-season tournament that just got announced, and that is taking place. The championship game is taking place in Las Vegas. So I have some opinions on it. First off, the in-season tournament seems to go against what popular NBA players like LeBron, I feel like, and Stephen Curry, and just what players have been demanding for a while now, which is a shorter regular season or a less rigorous regular season. And it kind of seems like the in-season tournament kind of goes against that idea, kind of an FU to the players, which is a very strange thing to do in an association, led by the players, or that gives the players a lot more power than they used to, for sure. So it is a little strange. I'm wondering if that feels strange to anyone else. Please feel free to let me know in the comments. But I feel like if you've been following the NBA, it does feel like the NBA has been just itching to have something take place in Las Vegas. So it makes sense that the in-season tournament is going to end in Las Vegas. They already put the Summer League there, and I feel like they're just trying to gauge to see if there is, enough interest to put an NBA team in Las Vegas, because I think right now they're not really taking the data as seriously, if they're even looking into it. I don't even know. I don't work for the NBA. I'm just a 20-year-old kid in a team in Las Vegas off of the Summer League, which does feel like a time where a lot of NBA media members go, and it does get a lot of coverage to Las Vegas for the Summer League. But is that just people going to see the best prospects in the NBA or from that draft? Because to be fair, it is a place for those prospects to show what they got, and it does feel like it is a place for the casual fan to kind of get to know the newest prospects coming into the draft. But again, like I said, it's not what the NBA players are asking for, and it just kind of seems like it's not going to have the effect that I think the NBA will have. But let me know in the comments. Anyway, let's talk about the in-season tournament. So the in-season tournament will tip off Friday, November 3rd. And if you notice, it is during the regular season. So these games will count as regular season games, which is kind of pre-answering the question everyone had about the play-in tournament, about what those stats count towards, and I'm pretty sure they haven't even answered that question either. I'm pretty sure those stats just kind of go out into the void, into nowhereness. So those stats, this is just basically playing a regular season game with more implications, is essentially what I gathered from the article that I read, the one article, which is the NBA article on it. My research was very rigorous, I'm sorry. But yeah. So, and then it will end Saturday, December 3rd, or December 9th in Las Vegas. And that's why I was talking about Las Vegas off the top. So basically it is broken into 6 groups, 3 groups in each conference. And it was picked from 5 different pots, with 5 different teams in each group, obviously. So the teams with the 3 best prior regular season records in a conference. So Group A, that is Pot 1. That includes the likes of Memphis, Denver, Sacramento, and then out east the Sixers, Bucks, and Boston. And then Group Pot 2, the teams with the 4th through 6th best prior season records. So you got your Phoenix, Clippers, Golden State Warriors, Cavs, Knicks, Nets, and then Group 3, and hopefully editing Ben will put all of this up on the screen for you guys to see. Oh, cat dad here. Anyway, where was I? Anyway, so pot 3. So hopefully, like I said, editing Ben will put this on the screen to make it a little bit more easy, or a little bit easier to visualize. So yeah, here, let me move out of the way to make it a little bit easier on editing Ben now. But yeah, so pot 3. The teams with the 7th through the 9th best prior season regular season records in each conference. Then pot 4, I'm sure you can guess it by now. It's, it kind of seems like it's split up into the 2 seeds are Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway, let's retake that. So it kind of seems like it's just split up by prior season, regular season record. So it seems like that's what they will use to kind of group these teams. So Group A, let's move out of the way real quick to show Group A. Group A will be Memphis, Phoenix, Lakers, Utah, Portland. And then Group B will be Denver, Clippers, Pelicans, Dallas, Houston. Group C will be Sacramento, Golden State, Minnesota, OKC, and San Antonio. And this will be all of the groups out west. And then Group A, B, and C from the East. So Group A, we have the 76ers, the Cavs, the Hawks, Pacers, the Pistons. And in Group B, we have the Bucks, Knicks, Heat, Wizards, and the Hornets. And then finally, our very last group, we have Boston, the Nets, Toronto, Chicago, and Orlando. And so why do these groups matter? Well, because essentially throughout the regular season, starting on November 3rd, we will have these nights called tournament nights or group games, where basically these groups, these teams in these groups will play each other 4 times. And depending on their record in these 4 games, you will see like which teams will move on to the next round. So I wrote it down here. Each team will play 4 games against teams in their group. These games will be on nights known as tournament nights, with 2 games on the road and 2 at home. These tournament nights will take place on Tuesdays and Fridays from the 3rd to the 28th. And like I said, their play in the group play games will determine if they make it to the next round, which is the knockout rounds. These knockout rounds will consist of the 6 teams with the best record from each group, and then there will be 2 wild card teams with the second best record in their group play games that are second in their group. So the knockout rounds will be single elimination with a bracket style, with the quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship. They begin the 4th of December, and they will, conclude in Las Vegas on December 9th. Like I said earlier, to kind of gauge the interest in NBA, it seems like in Las Vegas. And the in-season tournament will have a prize pool. So like I said, there might be some hungry players on that court that might not be making as much money as they think they should, and might turn it up a little bit. And that might force star players to turn it up as well, and put a little bit more mileage on their bodies than they might have playing against, let's say the Hornets are taking on the Bucks. That might be a good game to rest Giannis or something like that. But now it kind of seems like Giannis is being a douche if he's resting, because one person, I'm not saying myself, but somebody could look at that and see that as being kind of greedy. I'm not saying, this is not my stance on it. Of course, I'm a logical person. Giannis wants to sit out a game. Who really gives a care? He'll be ready for the playoffs, arguably. Maybe not this last season. But yeah, so it does raise some concern about how much more mileage we're putting on these NBA players' bodies. Whereas it seems like the NBA players have made it abundantly obvious that they don't want to play more, they want to play less. I don't know though. So yeah, it's cool. The stats accumulated for this tournament will count towards regular season stats instead of just evaporating into the air. Tell me what you guys' thoughts are in the comments. Please feel free to subscribe and tell me how you guys like the setup and